Celebrating Our Soul, a New Thought Conference by people of African descent will be August 11th to 14th, 2022 at Unity Village, Missouri. This event will celebrate the contributions people of African descent have made to the New Thought movement. Join us as we hear from Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, Bishop Yvette Flunder, and Reverend Dr. Sheila McKeithen. Early bird registration is open now through March 15th. Visit padntg.org for more information.
Practical spirituality. Positive messages. This is Unity Online Radio, the voice of an awakening world.
Learn the language of spirit. This is The Intuitive Life with Laura Wooster.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Intuitive Life, where we walk together and support each other on the path to becoming more spiritually aware, enlightened, and inspired. My name is Laura Wooster, and we will be taking your calls today. It's 816-251-3555. Again, it's 816-251-3555. And I can't believe we're in December. We're in the last month of the year, and crazy how fast this year went. We do have things on my calendar coming in for 2022. If you're in the New England area, I will be at Circles of Wisdom on January 22nd, Saturday afternoon, for an afternoon of mediumship and spirit art with my lovely friends and colleagues, Lori Sheridan and Rita Berkowitz. So if you'd like to come join us, it's kind of a small group. So, feel free to come. And it's from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And you can learn more about that at my website at laurawooster.com. You can also always follow me if you want to keep in touch about what's coming up. And, for shows and things, for episodes that are coming up, you can always follow me on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. I know Ann is laughing right now. She's like, not another one. But so you can follow me. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, I always post the latest show on there, and it's Intuitive Laura on Instagram. But anyways, it is the first Monday of the month. So, of course, we have our lovely friend here, Ann Hentz, a tarot master, and I know a lot of you tune in just for her readings and her tarot tips. So without further ado, I'm going to bring her right on. Hello, Ann.
Hi, Laura. As always, happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're here. We always have fun.
We do. We do.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. So, like I said, you like to pull cards for everybody, for all our listeners. So, and you said you also have cards. Okay, you already pulled the cards, but you posted them on your Facebook and your Instagram. So, yes. If you could remind people of your Instagram and your Facebook names.
Okay, so I'll maybe say, I can do that right now. Okay, So my Instagram is at Ann Hentz Tarot, all one word, of course. And my business Facebook page is also one word, Ann Hentz Connect with Spirit. Okay. So I've posted the two cards that I pulled for those who are listening live and for those who will listen to the archive. And then just before Laura introduced me, I pulled a bonus card, sort of. This is a message that I think somebody needs to hear with this extra card, so I'll talk about that in a little bit. But let me talk about the two cards that I pulled yesterday for you wonderful listeners. I normally will try and get a different deck, use something different that we haven't seen before to kind of inspire you to branch out and try new decks. They're just, I find it liberating. I've said it before. Once you take the plunge and you say, I am going to use this deck. I'm not familiar with it, but I'm going to use it. And you find that, wow, once you get over that fear and you just use it, it works and it's wonderful. So anyway, but in this case, I'm not doing one that we have not seen before. I'm going back to the Oak, Ash, and Thorn deck by Stephanie Burrows and Adam Oler. The reason being, it just won all 5 top awards in the recent International Tarot Foundation contest. It got Best Tarot Deck, Outstanding Artistic Achievement, Best Self-Published Tarot Deck, Aspiring Debut Artist, and Aspiring Debut Author. And you can see samples of those, again, on my Facebook page and on my Instagram, because I'll be talking about the ones that I pulled, and I put the images up so you can see them. So cute.
They're adorable.
Alrighty.
The artwork is gorgeous.
He's amazing. Yeah. Oh, and I'm very excited. Through Kickstarter, that's how their decks are getting started, and we will be getting their latest deck. Instead of oak, ash, and thorn, it's going to be oak, ash, and thorn, smoke, ash, and embers, and it's going to have dragons.
Oh,
yeah.
That's fantastic. Oh, wow.
It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing that.
Okay, so what cards did I pull for today's listeners? All right. First card is the Ten of Pentacles. In this deck, on this card, you see a lovely family of hares, 2 adults and 3 youngsters, sweet, sweet little rabbits, and they're all sitting in a close and cozy group in a field. They're surrounded by 10 pentacles that are laying on the ground around them. This card is about feeling loved and secure. Can be about family, can be about friends, community. And the Ten of Pentacles is also about financial security, the idea of having enough. All right, the other card is the Knight of Cups. And this card shows a sweet little red squirrel offering an acorn cup to a little bird. Knight of Cups. Knights are about action. And depending upon the suit, it's different types of action. So the Knight of Cups is about taking action regarding love, those people you love, the things you love, and loving yourself. The Knight of Cups is dreamy and romantic, if not always practical, in affairs of the heart. So if we look at these 2 cards together, even in the positioning, Ten of Pentacles to the left and the Knight of Cups to the right, the family of hares is sort of looking over at the squirrel and the Knight of Cups, and the squirrel is facing in their direction. It's a very cozy community setting. So if you take these cards together, they're reminding you to take care of your relationships, whether it be family and friends, or your relationship with yourself and your guides, relationship with your community. So this is December. There are several holidays this month. Life can get hectic. It's easy to forget what's really important, that being the people in our lives. So these cards are reminding you to put your loved ones first during this busy season. Not the things and not the tasks. Put the people first. Because when you think about it, the only thing that really matters is love, not things. Mm-hmm. So that is the message of the 2 cards that I pulled yesterday. And then I just had to reach out and cut one of my decks and get an extra message for someone who's listening. I used the Light Seer deck. Love this deck. And we got the 8 of Cups. And imagery is a young woman walking away from a little pool of water that has almost looks like a singing bowl floating on it with a beautiful flame in the center, which is a lovely thing, but yet she's walking away from it. So, and she's walking towards what would appear to be a rising sun or a setting sun, but I'm going with rising. Message of the 8 of Cups for whoever this pertains to is, don't be afraid to let go. If you're holding on to something out of fear, out of concern for hurting others, it's time to do what's right for you and let go of things that no longer serve you. Don't be afraid.
Good message.
Okay then.
Very nice.
Alrighty. Do we want to go on to tarot tip?
Yes. Yes, please do. So if anybody's just joining us, the cards that Anne was just talking about is posted on her Facebook page and also her Instagram account. So if you wanted to see if you want the visual of what she just described, go check them out because these are gorgeous cards. I'm looking at them. I'm like, oh my gosh, they are just gorgeous, so pretty. Yes, and I can't wait to see their dragon cards.
Oh my God, it's going to be so wonderful.
Yeah.
In fact, they included one sample card. It's called Possibilities, which may or may not be in the dragon deck, but the main character is a dragon surrounded by and sort of cuddling with all of the characters in the Ogash Thorn deck. So
wow.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
All right, now, so for let me say again, my Instagram is at Ann Hentz Tarot, AnnHentz TAROT, and my business Facebook page is Ann Hentz Connect with Spirit, one word. For this tarot tip, it would be really, really good if you could possibly be viewing the image. But you don't have to, because I will describe it a little bit. Okay, tarot tip for today is Tarot Detective, the short version. This is really a fun exercise that we sometimes use in my monthly tarot studies class. It's a good, fun way to get some practice with the cards when you don't actually have a question and you don't have anyone to read for, and you don't know what to do, but you want to play with your cards. Play Tarot Detective. And I call it the short version because normally in class we'll pull 3 cards. But for today's show, 1 card will do just fine. So what you do is pretend you're writing a mystery novel or any other kind of novel you want, but I call it Tarot Detective, so it's going to be a mystery novel. And then think about one possible scene in that novel. Ask a question about it and pull 1 card to answer the question. Now, be creative here. You can use the standard interpretation of the card to answer this question, or you can use the imagery, which sometimes is more fun. Mm-hmm. So whatever comes first to mind, go with that, and then have fun with it. Alrighty, Tarot Detective, Scene 1. A robber steals some jewels. Bad robber. Question is, where did he hide them? And so I pulled, and please know that I don't decide what card I want to make it easy for me to explain them. I randomly pull them and I go with what I get.
Cool.
So, robber steals some jewels. Where did he hide them? I pulled the 2 of Swords. Now, my response immediately was, they're hidden in plain sight, but no one can see them. Reason being, we have this crow who's blindfolded, sitting underneath some crossed swords, and stars are filling the black night sky. And I looked at the stars and I thought, those are the jewels. Oh, wow. And look, the crow can't see them, and they're right there.
Wow.
So that was using the imagery to answer the question, where did he hide them? They're hidden in plain sight, but no one can see them. So this is what I mean by have fun with this. You're not doing a real question for a real person. You don't have to be serious. Use your imagination and have a good time. Okay, that was Scene 1. Scene 2. Poor little thing, 5 of Cups. A neighbor's car is missing. Who stole it? And I pulled the 5 of Cups. Oh my goodness, this is a little red squirrel in the rain. His little head is down. He just looks a little miserable. So I looked at this and I thought, who stole it? Oh, someone who's down on their luck and needs a place to get out of the rain and possibly live in. There we have a little squirrel, head down, standing in the rain. So I use the imagery on that one too. And again, we're just having fun. We're exercising our imagination and connecting with the cards. Mm-hmm. Scene 3, our final scene. The protagonist of our story has been falsely accused and arrested. Oh no. How will this turn out? I pulled the justice card.
Yeah.
So I said, well, he or she will be acquitted, obviously, because we got the justice card.
Right.
So in this case, I used the interpretation, not the imagery of the wolf with the crown and the sword.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just a fun way to play with the cards, to connect with them. Use your imagination, use the interpretation, use the imagery. But you can do it and use your cards when you don't have a question and you don't have someone in front of you asking for you to read the cards. You just play with them.
Yeah, I love that. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to really, like you said, to connect with your cards is just sort of let your imagination run wild. So then you start to notice things that you wouldn't notice before. So that's awesome. And it's the same, is it the same deck? It is the same deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I use the smoke, no, the smoke. I'm dragons now. The Oak Ash and Thorn, yes.
Oak Ash and Thorn. And these are really adorable cards. So definitely check out Ann's Instagram, her Facebook, and check out these cards. They're really cute. So if anybody has, if I know we have a lot of people who listen who are tarot enthusiasts, or they're just getting ready to know their cards. So if you would like to learn more from Ann, I just want to make sure, and that you mentioned you have only one more class this year online. If anybody wanted to join that class, and what's the date of the class?
It is Saturday, December. I've lost the date. 17th, I believe, but the Saturday, the 17th, or the 18th. I don't know. Oh my God, I should have written it down.
One of those.
But it's a Saturday. It's that weekend. It's the Saturday at 1 o'clock, 1 to 3. It's online through Circles of Wisdom. It's my monthly class. It's not a beginner's class, but I have had many, many, many people say, I don't know anything. Can I just come and listen? I say, absolutely. And they wind up participating and learning. So even if you don't have any experience with the cards, please feel free to join the class. Pick up what you can, contribute what you can, or remain silent. That's absolutely fine. I don't call on anyone. So yeah, totally welcome. And then I also do, private instruction. If you book an hour via my website, we can tailor an hour-long class to your needs. We can do that as well. But that's through my website.
AnnHentz.com. Very good.
Oh yeah, right. AnnHentz.com.
But and you're not through teaching at all today, because if anybody has questions, if you're stuck with your cards, say you have a card deck and you really don't know, first of all, maybe you don't know what to do with them at all, or if you're kind of stuck on how to interpret a certain thing, feel free to call in and ask questions. That's what Ann's here for, and she loves to help. So, so the number here, also for readings, we're taking calls for readings as well. And the number here is 816-251-3555. Again, it's 816-251-3555 if you'd like to get in the queue. And so we do have callers already. So let me just see. Okay. Alrighty, let's go to Kim in Washington, D.C. All right. Hi, Kim.
Hi. Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Hi, welcome.
Hi, sorry.
No worries.
Thanks for taking my call. I called in, I don't know, it was maybe a month ago, about this issue I'm having. I do cards regularly, all different kinds, tarot, oracle, and things like that. But I wanted just a little reading on this issue that I'm having with, I'm trying to get my father out of this assisted living facility. It's kind of a big mess with my brother, and I've had to get attorneys, and I'm just working diligently on this, but they wouldn't let him out for Thanksgiving, and it was very upsetting to me. And I ultimately would like to work things out with my brother, but I don't know if that's gonna. I think it's just gonna have to be before a judge, honestly. But anyway, I just kind of wondered about if I'll be able to get my father out and also have things work out peaceably rather than the way they're going.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I can hear Ann tackling the cards right now. So
I am.
let's see what she's got for you. It sounds like two different situations. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to even get, like, I feel like I need like 3 different kinds of attorneys, because I'm also like upset with the facility because they're aligning with my brother and they're not, they wouldn't even let me see my dad for weeks, which is illegal. So, there's a lot of problems here.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm really upset because, my dad and I are very close, and I was his caretaker for 16 months, and then my brother just took him to this place. And
I'm sorry you're going through this. That's awful.
Okay, so I'm looking at these cards. Wheel of Fortune, there's a lot of active energy here. Wheel of Fortune is the center card, the focus card. So this is telling me that things are shifting and are likely to change. Ace of Wands, top left, and Eight of Pentacles, top right. Ace of Wands feels as if it's not only saying, maintain your courage and optimism. If there is anything new that you can add to this mix that would add to the fiery, confident energy of this Ace of Wands, be good to add that. However, Eight of Pentacles is saying keep at it. Keep working at this. Below it, bottom right, is the Chariot because things are ready to move and shift. And the final card, bottom left, is our lovely Ten of Pentacles, which is kind of the home, settled, secure card. So this makes me think there may be something else that you can add to the mix to help this move forward, but we're seeing shifting energy and we're seeing like a good, settled outcome. So I would be optimistic.
Okay, yeah, yeah, I mean, I'm working tirelessly on this, so I was thinking something, it has to be, I mean, I kind of felt, this happened in late October, and I mean, honestly, in the last, I would say, week or two, in between these eclipse cycles, I felt a shift. Like, I can't see anything, but I felt something shift. Like, I suddenly felt more positive. So that kind of makes sense.
And I pulled one more card thinking about your father. And, excuse me, it's the Nine of Pentacles. 9, ending of the old cycle, beginning of a new cycle around contentment and being secure and comfortable and content. So the cards are looking really good.
That's great. Yeah, that's great because I just, I've something had to give, and it's. I hope that we don't have to keep going down this legal path, but it's. I'm doing what I have to do.
Right.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Thank
it does
you.
look positive.
Thank you so
It feels
much.
positive. It does feel like it'll be shifting that way. The the situation with your brother. One thing so there, I feel like you have an ally that's next to him. So I don't know if there's a spouse involved that on his side, or another person that's close, more connected to him. There's something here about unexpected ally. So it also could mean, someone at the care facility that might actually have your back and you don't realize it yet. But there's something here about someone who would appear to be on your brother's side, but not necessarily. They might be more neutral and more of an ally for you. So I don't think you're going to see that for a little bit, but it may become more obvious as things sort of sort out with the situation with your father.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just want to get him out of there because now they're locked down for COVID.
Yeah.
And my father's healthy and he's been negative so far, but I'm not. I'm not getting a good feeling about this. It's really he doesn't, his voice sounds worse, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've just got to get him out of this place before he gets sick,
Right,
so.
right. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, that kind of makes sense to me. I think I kind of know who you're talking about too, because I just think I think he spun some tales to them, and they're now realizing that there's a lot more to the story than what he was telling them. So
yeah, good. All right, so stay persistent and keep your chin up. And I do think something's going to shift. Just like Ann said, there's a positive outcome here. So.
Good. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Okay.
All right, take care, Kim.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm. Bye.
Okay, there we go. All right, so we're coming up on the break, and if anybody would like to get in the queue for a reading or a question after the break, you can dial in, and it'll be 816-251-3555. And again, if anybody would like to check out what Ann has to offer as far as private sessions, private tutoring for reading cards, or even an online class with her, you can go to annhentz.com. Alrighty, so and just a quick thing, I just wanted to ask about the deck that you have. If anybody's interested in looking at the one with the dragons, we'll have to. Well, if you can find the website for that, because I'd love to mention that on the air, because I think a lot of people might be interested in that. So we'll mention that after the break.
Okay, sure.
Alrighty. All right, we'll be back in just a few moments with the Intuitive Life.
You're listening to Unity Online Radio, the voice of an awakening world.
Welcome back to The Intuitive Life with Laura Wooster.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I'm here with my lovely guest, my co-host for this week, and Ann Hentz, Tarot Master. And I know some of you were listening before the break. We had mentioned, or Ann had mentioned the new deck that Three Trees Tarot was working on, which includes dragons. And if you're a big dragon fan like I am, you got to check these out. May as well just give out the website, and people are interested in getting on a pre-order or something. It's threetreestarot.co.uk, and it's all spelled out, the number 3, treestarot.co.uk. And check out these cards, they're gorgeous. So anyhow, alrighty, so we do have people in the queue, so let's get right to them. Let's go to Joanne, who would like a reading. Whoops, you there? Oh, there you go. Oh, sorry, I clicked you twice, Joanne. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Hello?
Hi, sorry about that.
Hi.
Hi, my finger slipped, and I
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Am I on?
Oh, yes, you are. Hi, welcome.
Oh, sorry. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I actually spoke to you and Ann last month, and I called about my job.
Okay.
And I wanted to just, I had a few bites,
Mm-hmm.
and I just wanted to know if I'm steering in the right direction. I got pretty much like a promise for employment in January, and I'm going on another interview anyway on Thursday.
Great.
I just kind of keep, by the way, Laura, I heard after I hung up, you had a message to me after I hung up and I was still listening about something about me letting go my thoughts of my company and restricting me or something like that. And I did hear what you had to say.
Oh, good.
Heard
Okay.
it. I listened to it back, so I appreciate that.
Oh, great. Wonderful. Okay. All right. So let's see if you're on the right track. Let's see what Ann's shuffling away there.
And I guess on the right track, what does that really mean? What is the question behind that question?
I guess I have an opportunity. I know you saw last time that would be an opportunity that would come up that I would take advantage of, and that it seemed to be a good fit for me. Like it would be easy, I work for them, they pay me, and I'm not sure if it's this position that's been offered to me. Not formally, but it's more like of a budgetary thing right now. They just need to wait to January. So it's an opportunity, or I have another option on Thursday to go with the school.
So are we looking at the energy around both of those options?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So looking at January, which it sounds like it's a shoe-in already because they said they're holding on.
Yeah, they really stopped interviewing a lot of people, and they said they were blown away with my interview, and I feel like it could be a good fit because of the type of company it is. Mm-hmm. I keep just getting in my own head about.
That's a lot of our problems most of the time, is we do get overthinking things. Yeah, I totally get that. The funny thing is, I was pulling cards as Ann was shuffling, and sure enough, one of the first cards I have that comes up is getting in your own head, and letting that that's kind of the roadblock is your own thinking about it. But let me see what Ann has to say.
Okay. So I pulled 3 cards for each of these options, and then I pulled a third one, and for the Thursday possibility. And the Thursday one's kind of amusing. Okay, the 3 cards for the January situation. Card on top is Knight of Cups. So this is a good card. It's, doing something that will likely bring you joy, make you happy. Sitting underneath it, we have the Magician and the 8 of Pentacles. So Magician, I think, is Spirit saying, you can do this. You are the Magician. You can accomplish anything that you want to here. You'll be very capable. And I think that they see this. Well, as you said, they were blown away by your interview. That's the Magician aspect of you. And 8 of Pentacles is the employment. It's just, honing your skills, doing the job. So these are good cards. It suggests a job that you can do well, will bring you joy, will likely bring you joy, and where you will be seen as, the Magician, the magic person who can really get the job done, make things happen.
Yeah, that's what I feel like they think of me, which makes me nervous. They're putting so much weight into me, but
yeah, but you know what? Grab it and go. Just wear that cloak and be the Magician.
Exactly.
Excuse me, let me get some water.
And then the Thursday one.
Okay.
Interesting. I can't wait to hear what this one's going to come up, because I pulled some cards for that as well.
It's interesting. The top card of the 3, 9 of Cups. And I thought, okay, 9s, ending of the old cycle, starting of a new cycle. 9 of Cups is about contentment, fulfillment, good. So I thought, wow, this could possibly be a good job too. And the cards underneath it are not bad cards, but the first 2 are swords. That's our head stuff. And I pulled one more to clarify, and we got another sword. So the Knight of Swords is sitting here with the King of Swords. Knight of Swords is sometimes a bit rash, moves a little too quickly. And the King of Swords is generally a good king, makes good decisions. But combined with the Knight of Swords, it feels like Spirit is saying, this could work well too, but be cautious about just jumping into it too quickly or too easily. And I thought, give me another card on this, with these 3, because we've got these 2 head cards sitting underneath. Well, I got another head card, Ace of Swords. Yeah. So, Ace of Swords by itself is good. It's, about breath of fresh air, how you think about things, new ideas. But what I feel like it's saying as an undercurrent is try not to be so in your head about this other possibility on Thursday that you rush into it and disregard what seems like a sure thing and a good thing in January.
I didn't get that. So the job in January is good, but this one, not to rush the Thursday one.
Not to rush into a decision. Like I heard you say that it's a little bit intimidating to be thought of as the magician when you use tarot terms.
Right.
And that's maybe a bit of a weight on you. I would suggest that you not allow that fear to then move you into quickly accepting the position that you're going to interview for on Thursday, if in fact they offer it to you.
Yeah, and for some reason, I know we spoke, we had a reading ourselves, and I know that it's a school that it didn't seem like that could be a good fit. So this kind of is in alignment with that again. And it's my dream job. It would be a dream job. But there's something that's in the back of my mind that might not be there for me. It might not be the one for, it might not be what it seems to be. I don't know. I can't. And that's why it's having me a little bit nervous thinking about going. It's because I feel like there's something that's not maybe right, and I don't know what that is. So it's kind of
interesting. Now, this is the Thursday one?
Yes. School.
Okay. Yep.
It would be working for a principal.
Listen to your intuition.
Yeah. So I'm,
okay.
Yeah. But the one on Monday, the one that I've already spoke to that they're coming back to me about, they want to get some paperwork to me right around the holiday to get some things going together.
Wonderful.
Like I said, they keep they were like, we want to know you're still going to be here. We're so interested in you. And,
good.
And I was like, okay, that's good. It feels like maybe what we were talking about a month ago, that it was just like you said, it was like a job. If they pay you, it's simple. You do work, you work for them, they pay you. It's balanced. That's what you told me. It was balanced.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
That confirms a lot for me.
Wonderful. Very good.
Excellent.
Well, it sounds like you're in a great you're in a great place right now to be employed in January. So that's fabulous.
Yeah. And you see that happening, correct? Like that, as long as I continue on the path that I'm in, I think that's what I was really trying. That seems like, because I know you said you saw me taking action on it.
Yeah, I mean, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of employment.
Okay. Well, it's perfect. Okay.
Great.
All right. Thank you both again for taking my
call. All the best.
Okay.
Thanks for calling.
Right.
Good luck with the new job.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Alrighty. So let's go I know it's hard not to get into your head, especially if you want to make sure it's going to be all right and everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, it's what we do best.
Yeah. Right. And so, and I'll make a suggestion about how to maybe approach that after we take our next caller. Let me just see. Okay, let's go to Allison. She has a question. Hello, Allison.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks for calling.
So I had a question. I use tarot cards a lot, like after meditation. So for a long time, I was just randomly pulling cards, and they were all like hope and light and power. And then lately, all I'm pulling is cards that are, trapped in fear or discontented boredom. And then I might get one about foundation and achievements or heartache and loss. And so I don't know quite what to do with those, how to interpret those, why the sudden kind of change from what I've been getting consistently in the past.
Okay. I would not worry about the change. For example, discontent and boredom, it could simply be your guide saying, hey, maybe you're being a little complacent right now. How about we kick it up a notch? How can we get you more enthusiastic? What might, rather than do day to day, what might be fun? How could you shake it up a little bit? Let's see, trapped in fear. All of these cards have positive messages behind them.
They do.
Trapped in fear, that would simply be Spirit saying, hey, come on, Allison, what are you not doing that you really want to do just because you're afraid? So I think they're nothing more than calls to wake you up a little bit and shift you a little bit and get you thinking about things.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Whenever you pull cards like that, say to your guides, "Thank you. You know what? Let me think about this. That's a good point. Thank you."
Yeah.
Great.
So the 3 cards you mentioned, those are all blue border cards, correct?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, the Psychic Tarot deck. Yeah.
Yeah. So the blue bordered cards are about mental state, right? For me, anyways. So it's always about where is your head at when I see, if I pull cards, say if I'm looking at something and I pull 3 cards and all of them are blue bordered cards, I go, okay, where's your head at, and what's not all the time, but sometimes it means to me, what stories are you making up in your own mind based on the cards that you're seeing? So the heartache and loss, is there something that you feel like you're missing out on, but you're really not? Is there something that you feel like something's not moving in the right direction, but then if you really look at it, you realize how far you've actually come. Things like that. So like Ann said, there's always a positive aspect to it as well, but a lot of times it's what our mind makes it up to be, that maybe it's not. Yeah. So it's so hopefully that helps.
And when you think about
it does very much. That puts things in a better perspective, because I was pulling these cards and I thought, okay, to me that was a shift, but I can see the more positivity that can come out of it.
Good.
Absolutely, because remember that our guides will never judge us and say bad. That's our negative ego that's going to do that. We don't listen to that. Our guides will always, always, always uplift us and guide us. Guides.
Okay.
So even if they give us a difficult-looking card, know that they are embracing you and holding the card up and saying, honey, look at this. How can we fix this? Where do you think this comes into play? So it's always, the cards always come to you with love and positive message.
Great. Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Awesome. I hope that helps, Allison.
It does. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. Thanks for calling.
All right.
Take care. Bye. I know, that's so funny. I think we all have had those times where we pick a card and you go, oh no. We're just gonna tuck it aside. But it's like let's pull another one. No, yeah. But it does. I mean, once I started realizing that it's not. And some people might say, oh no, you're just trying to, trying to look on the bright side of things all the time. Not everything's all sunshine and rainbows, right? But which is true. Not everything's always sunshine and rainbows. But oftentimes the cards are meant to be giving us some insight to help us shift forward or give us a different perspective. And that's oftentimes when I get, like I said before, with the blue bordered cards on the Psychic Tarot deck. It's like, okay, where are your thoughts? Why, are you overthinking these things? Are you creating worst case scenario in your own mind? And like you said, it could be more of your guides telling you, you might want to look at something a little different, take a different approach with things. And so it's good. The other thing too is that I wanted to mention, for example, if anybody's looking at 2 different jobs or things like that, and you don't have a card deck, right? Right. Obviously, today we're talking about cards and pulling cards and what the cards have to say to you. Let's just say you don't have a card deck. What can you do to kind of tune into what you feel is right for you, or what your intuition's telling you is right for you, especially if you kind of get into that place of fear in your own mind, about, okay, if I take this job, am I going to miss out on the other job? And maybe it's a better opportunity, but I don't know. I won't know until I get there. I can imagine what our previous caller was probably going through. So what you could do, I just want to make a suggestion to kind of tune into your own intuition, just to kind of, sometimes this will help calm your conflicting thoughts about things. And it's just something to try, and it doesn't mean like, okay, definitively that it's going to give you an answer which way to go. It may or may not, but it might give you some insight. So try this. Let's say, for example, like our previous caller, she has 2 jobs that she's looking at, and she's just waiting to hear back, and she's waiting for the interview. So she could just sit quietly for a moment and just, and anybody who's going through something like this can do the same thing, and just, you just sort of bring your awareness out of your head. And I know it takes practice to do that sometimes, but once you get it, you know it, and then you can always go right to this. Rather than feeling all up in your mind and your head, and just bring your awareness into your heart, into your solar plexus, and just, wherever your attention goes, energy flows. So that's where you want to bring that. So just to imagine that you're sitting with the intention of getting some intuitive feedback about, let's say, a job offer that is coming in January. So, and you sit with that, and you just bring your awareness into, like I said, into your heart and your solar plexus, and you imagine saying yes to that job. And then how does that feel? And I'm not talking about what does your head telling you what your heart and your gut is telling you. And oftentimes you'll get like an initial response, like right off the bat in the first like few seconds. And you might get a sense of peace, or you might, feel relief, or you might feel a sense of excitement, like, ooh, this feels great. You might feel a sense of wonder, like there's something new to learn at this job. There's always like the first few seconds will give you an indication of what this position might actually bring for you. And then you could do the same process with the second job offer or prospect, and say, okay, let's just say, for example, like in our previous caller, she's going in for a job interview Thursday. Okay, what if they want to offer me this job? What would it be like if I took it? And you just bring your awareness to your heart and your solar plexus, and just try on that job as if you're walking into this job and saying yes. And what does it say to you? And again, you might feel like almost like, sometimes it feels like a hiccup to me, or almost like you bumping into a wall you can't see, or I'm trying to think of some other things that kind of tells me, there might be a little something there that doesn't quite vibe. It doesn't, I don't, you may not feel like it's a bad thing, but you may feel like it may not be exactly this, it's like, it could be like putting on a shoe that doesn't quite fit. It kind of feels like that. So try that for anybody who needs to make a decision. The great thing is it's awesome to be able to sit with your own intuition and try on in your own heart and mind, and the heart and your solar plexus, to try on a decision without actually making the decision. And it's amazing what insight that little a moment can tell you, and it may not give you exactly what you need to know, but it'll give you a little bit insight. So that's good for anybody who doesn't have cards, or that maybe they just need to make a decision quickly. So I hope that helps whoever's listening. Ann, do you have any other advice about people who might be trying to decide between 2 choices?
Well, I love what you said. I think listening to your heart and your gut is really important.
Yes.
And, I think between working with the 2 options with the cards and doing what you said, how does it make you feel? That's oftentimes something that I will say to people that I'm doing a reading for when they ask me a question, about a job or 2 jobs, or about anything, any decision. I remind them that once I have interpreted the cards, I then say, how does that make you feel? Because how they feel about what I just said is as important as what I just said about the cards.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So if I'm saying this job looks really good and their reaction is, ugh, then the job may be really good, but they don't want it. And vice versa. If I say, oh my God, there are some issues here, but their reaction is, I want it anyway. Well, we've just done some good work there. I've warned them about the issues, and they're saying, yeah, but I think I want it anyway. Good, now they can take the job and be forewarned. So how we feel about things, how we react to readings and decisions and so on is really important. It's very telling.
It is. It really is. And it is pretty amazing how, like, oftentimes we don't see people in person. I mean, I don't anymore. I mean, I'm seeing people sometimes on Zoom, but a lot of times it's on the phone, right? But when people used to sit with me, it's when I would say, wow, this job looks really good, like this one that you're looking at, and they do almost seem deflated. It's like and I don't even, sometimes I don't even look at them. I could just feel like it's like the air gets sucked out of the room. And it's like, why, you don't want to do this job? And and intuitively I'll kind of pick up that it's what they feel they're supposed to be doing rather than what they really want to do. And so I will say almost immediately, like, so what is it that you really want to do? And it's not this job, right?
And I caution people to listen to what they're saying to themselves. If they hear themselves using the word should, put on the brakes. Put on the brakes. And analyze that should. There are very few things we should do. Stop at a red light, yeah, that's a should. But, choose a specific job, maybe not.
Right. That's a really good point. So what is the language? What are the words that you're using when describing a situation that you're in? And that's a real, it's so funny how our own intuition will kind of guide the words that come out of our mouth and we don't even realize it. So yeah, definitely pay attention to that. And, or just pull a card and see what comes out.
Or do both.
Or do both. Yeah. Well, both are really good. Yes. So if anybody would like to, again, like I've mentioned before, if you'd like to find out more about Ann's work, you can go to annhentz.com. It's ANNHENTZ.com. She's got a class coming up in a couple of weeks. Saturday or Sunday, we're not sure yet.
So it is Saturday. It's definitely Saturday. I think it's the date. I think it's the 18th.
The 18th.
So it's looking, but I'm pretty sure it's the 18th. But it's definitely Saturday.
Okay, the week before Christmas. Okay, and give yourself a gift of spending some time with Ann and learn a little bit about your cards. And even like she said, even if you don't know anything about the cards and you have a deck of cards that have been sitting on your shelf for a while, dust them off. Book a seat in this class and just have fun. Give yourself the gift of having fun with the cards and hanging out with like-minded people. And you can't go wrong with spending a few hours with Ann because you'll definitely feel better for it. No doubt about it. So she's a joy. So thank you so much, Ann. It's been a wonderful, I can't believe this hour always goes by so quickly, but we will be back the first Monday in January 2022, January 3rd, with Ann and and we'll be talking about the tarot again. Thank you, Ann. It's been wonderful working with you this year.
My pleasure.
Take care.
Thanks for listening. This is Unity Online Radio, the voice of an awakening world.
Celebrating Our Soul, a new thought conference by people of African descent will be August 11th to 14th, 2022 at at Unity Village, Missouri. This event will celebrate the contributions people of African descent have made to the New Thought movement. Join us as we hear from Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, Bishop Yvette Flunder, and Reverend Dr. Sheila McKeithen. Early bird registration is open now through March 15th. Visit padntg.org for more information.